Good evening and welcome to another edition of Beer Dad's Beer Reviews, the last one of the day, probably the last one until next weekend if I'm being honest with you. I am going to do another beer from Morrison's. I'm hoping this is going to be decent. It's a beer from Wilde and it is Explicit Emphasis, and this is a salted caramel stout at 5.9% ABV. The Wilde beers I've done before, I've thought have been really good. It says on the back here, it's got 25 IBUs. Ingredients are water, malted barley, wheat, oats, hops, yeast, dextrose, salted caramel, natural flavourings, and lactose. And then in brackets it says milk. So I expect this one to be a little bit creamy with the lactose in it, and the dextrose as well. Otherwise, dextrose or sugar, could be. There's a load of guff on the side. I'm not going to read to you, but there it is there if you want to pause the video and have a little go yourself. And there's the can, a little Wild Child dude at the front. Let's pop a top. Let's see what we've got. Give it a bit of a hard pour to try and get some head generated. Pour that in shortly. So beer in a glass, what have we got? Jet black beer. Got a little touch of red coming through the bottom there where the light catches it. But other than that, it is jet black. We've got 2 fingers. Again, densely compact tanned head. It's got a nice little crackle to it. Lovely. Yeah, it looks quite nice. Shall we get the aroma? Let's go for it. Definitely getting vanilla, caramel, a little bit of chocolate. I'm just hoping it's got a nice body to it. It smells great. Not so much getting the peanut yet on the aroma, must admit. We're certainly getting caramel, getting vanilla, chocolate, and a nice little bit of roasted malt. Fills me with pleasure. Let's go for the body and carb. Cheers. That's a light body beer. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit thicker, if I'm being honest with you. Carbonation is nice and soft, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all, considering where it is on the ABV level. I think this is probably one of those beers that if it was jacked up to 7, 8, 9%, it would probably be a lot thicker and a lot heavier. Anyway, let's go with a big taste. Cheers. It's okay. It's okay. It's no world beater. It's not going to be pulling up any trees anytime soon. But it tastes good. Opens up with a creamy, milk chocolatey sort of attempt. That then goes into vanilla, into the caramel. Not getting any nut, to be fair. A light saltiness on the very back end. And then the caramel's coming back through again. So the caramel kind of does, it dips and then comes and then returns. It reminds me of the London Beer Factory's milk stout they did for Tesco. When it was released, everybody panned it and slated it, said it was no good. Excuse me, and it had very little in the way of body. This has got a little touch more to it, but it reminds me of that beer. And I do think Wild Child could probably jack this up and make this a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier. It's enjoyable, but there are probably better stouts, certainly in the supermarket, than this. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, The head's gone. It now looks like a Coca-Cola. But it's okay. It doesn't linger around, and it could do with being a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, and it certainly have the ABV whacked right up into the 8s, maybe even into the 9s, because that's what London Beer Factory did. They released that, and obviously released Zaya, the tiramisu beer. That's at 9.2. That's quite nice. So anyway, I'll wrap this review up. Wild Childe's explicit emphasis salted caramel stout, 5.9%. Do I like it? It's okay. Would I buy it again if it was ABV was higher? Certainly would. Would I recommend it to friends? Yeah, I would. You know, this is readily available in most Morrisons, I think. So there you go. So if you've had this, let me know what you think. Please put a little comment in the comments box below. I'm just going to pour the rest of this into the can. Yeah, so this, if you've had it, let me know what you think. Comments box below. I'll put a link to the Wild Child Brewery also below. Do that if you like the video, do that if you don't. Subscribe down there. That's going to go into the recycle at the moment. And I will see you on the next one. Probably going to be in a week's time. Hey there, and stay safe.